What is radon? Radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that is colorless and odorless. It's commonly found in soil and igneous rocks and is a result of the decaying uranium and thorium in the ground. It can also be found in well water. Based on human and animal studies, radon has been determined to be harmful to people and animals, and, consequently, radon has become an important public health issue. It is estimated that 15,000 to 20,000 deaths a year are related to radon, primarily from lung cancer. How does it get into homes? The most common way radon gets into houses is through soil. If the house wasn't there, the radon would naturally dissipate into the air, but with a house on the land, the radon gets trapped in the house. It can also enter through openings in the home, cracks and tiny holes in concrete, gaps in the foundation, and leaks in the area around pipes and wires. Once it enters from the outside, it can collect in the lower places like a basement or crawl space because radon is heavier than air. The house can work as a vacuum because as warmer air in the house rises, it makes the air pressure drop in the lower areas. Even though it is slight, it has enough pull to move the radon upward where it can settle in the basement, crawl space, or cellar. Another way the air pressure in the house can drop is due to the Bernoulli effect, which is when the wind blows over the roof in such a way that it causes a drop in the air pressure inside the house. Radon is water-soluble, so it can move through the water that travels underground. This results in radon showing up where it's not expected and explains why homes that sit side by side can vary dramatically in radon levels. If a house uses well water, it's possible for the radon to be in the water, and it will get into the house through the shower, sinks, laundry, and dishwashing. Today's houses are built to be airtight, and you can see how once the radon is present in the home, it is often trapped there, and levels can increase when there's no escape for the gases. What are the health effects of radon? Radon is considered a Class 1 carcinogen, which means it was found to be a definite cancer-causing substance. What makes radon particularly dangerous are the alpha radiation particles. It's the same type of radiation that materials such as plutonium produce. When it is isolated outside the body, it's not as harmful as some other types of radiation, such as beta and gamma rays, but it becomes damaging when it's ingested or inhaled. When the radon gas is breathed in, it affects the lung tissue, and the greater the concentration of radon, the more difficult it is for the lungs to expel it. The particles can damage DNA, and if enough damage is caused, the cells will die. This is particularly dangerous for children. A report by the National Academy of Sciences Biological Effects of Ionizing Radiation, or BEIRVI, finds that radon is the nation's second leading cause of lung cancer, right after smoking. And it's present in every state. Smokers who are exposed to radon gas have a significantly higher rate of lung cancer. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, reports around 15,000 cases of lung cancer a year attributed to radon exposure. Among people with cancer, lung cancer has one of the lowest survival rates. While people can be exposed to radon with no symptoms, some people show signs of respiratory issues which could indicate problems related to radon poisoning. Unfortunately, there are no common tests to determine if someone has been exposed to toxic levels, and often the first sign is when the person develops lung cancer. Awareness of the indicators of lung cancer includes hoarseness, a persistent cough, frequent respiratory infections, or trouble with breathing. Detecting and testing. According to the EPA, anyone buying a home should have a radon test, even for those homes that have been built to be radon resistant. There is no visible way to tell if a house has radon or not, and it doesn't matter if the house is old or new, one story or two. Radon can occur in any building. Basically, any construction that is in contact with the ground could have radon. In addition to the EPA and U.S. Surgeon General recommending that all houses be tested, some lenders require it. Lenders use a form, the Home Inspection Form, HUD 92564-CN, that they give to home buyers for that purpose. Sellers have to disclose anything they know about radon, even if it has been treated. If it was treated, the seller should provide the results and information about any remediation or radon reduction system that was installed. If radon tests were run previously, the buyer should be told where in the house the test took place, who conducted the test, and if any remodeling or renovations has been done subsequent to the testing. Since radon levels can change, the EPA recommends a new test when a buyer is planning to purchase. It should be part of the home inspection contingency and should spell out who will be paying for the test and who pays for remediation if it becomes necessary. The buyer can specify who they want to do the testing. Before hiring, the buyer should check references and get estimates. Fixing the problem. The amount of radon present is measured in picocuries per liter of air and or water. The average outdoor number is 0.4, while the indoor average is 1.3. The EPA has determined action should be taken when the level of radon is 4 picocuries of radon per liter of air or higher, PCI/L, but suggests considering it when the levels are between 2 to 4 picocuries per liter. However, the EPA does not consider any level of radon completely safe. The good news is that any house with a high level of radon can be fixed, and it's one of the easiest environmental risks to correct. Depending on the levels present, it can be as simple as sealing cracks and concrete, or putting a plastic barrier over the ground to block the radon. If more serious steps are needed, a system can be installed that will suction the radon from the ground under the house and funnel it to the outside air, increasing the ventilation using pipes and fans. Home inspectors can perform a radon mitigation system inspection, which consists of 7 inspection elements and can be done in less than 15 minutes. It's often included as part of the home inspection, but not always. A radon mitigation specialist can determine which of the many options available will be best to remedy the specific situation. Best practices. As a real estate agent, it's a good idea to be familiar with the resources about radon available in your state, as this can vary. As always, encouraging the buyer to get all tests available so they will know everything they can about the home they are purchasing is wise advice. The home inspection contingency should include radon testing. It should also detail what steps to be taken if radon is found and who will bear the costs. The goal should be to lower the home's radon level to an amount below 4 picocuries per liter. If your buyer or seller wants to know more, the EPA has 2 guides available in PDF form, for no charge, to explain more. The Home Buyer's and Seller's Guide to Radon addresses radon and the risks for lung cancer, and offers information about testing and correcting a radon problem. The Consumer's Guide to Radon Reduction, How to Fix Your Home, describes home radon reduction methods and radon reduction systems. The important thing to remember is that while radon can be toxic, it can almost always be mitigated to an acceptable level. There are professionals available, and every state has a radon office where a list of qualified specialists can be found. High levels of radon require special skills and knowledge, so it's not recommended as a do-it-yourself job for the homeowner. Historical side note. It's interesting to realize that radon has not always been considered a dangerous substance, and for some people, it's considered a treatment, even today. In Europe, there are tunnels and mines that offer steam treatments and baths to expose users to radon. In the United States, there are 4 mines open to the public for inhalation of radon. They are all located in former gold and uranium mines near the towns of Basin and Boulder in southwest Montana. People come from all over to sit in the mines and breathe in the radon, estimated to be 175 times the approved EPA rate for homes. These visitors believe the radon has beneficial effects for their arthritis, asthma, diabetes, chronic pain, and other disease symptoms. The proponents believe that low doses of the radiation optimize the hormones used for control of pain and stress management.